most amazing artists, and welcome to week 3 of our Radial Prints project. So far, we have created the background for our radial print using concentric circles. We used color to create this pattern, and we know it's radial because it starts right in the center and it radiates out towards the edges. It is also symmetrical vertically and horizontally, so that means it is radial. Now, we are going to be printing on top of this background, but the first thing we have to do is actually draw our design. And this piece of paper for my background is 12 inches by 12 inches, so I need a piece of paper that is 6 inches by 6 inches because we are going to print this 4 times. So I need a piece of paper that is big enough but not too small to print 4 times. So for me, that is 6 by 6 inches, but that depends on the size of your background. So the first material on my list that we're going to need is a piece of paper. For me, it is 6 by 6 inches, but for you, it might be something different. You're also going to need a pencil and a black marker or a Sharpie, and that is it. So now that we know everything that we need to create our radial design, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we're going to do when you get your paper is, of course, write your name and bonus points if you put your class code on there. We're actually not going to flip our paper over, even though this is still the back side of our paper. I'm actually going to rotate it a little bit to where my paper is a diamond. And I'm going to take the bottom corner, fold it up towards the top corner. And then I'm going to fold it so now we have a triangle. And with our triangle, I'm going to start over on the right side, but you can start on the left side if you want to. And I'm just going to draw some curved lines from one edge all the way to the next edge, and I'm doing like about a finger width apart. We don't want these lines to be too close together because we're going to be putting designs, shapes, and other lines in between each of these curved lines, so we want to space them out a little bit, but we don't want them to be too big to where we don't get enough detail in our final design. And I am just going all the way from one corner to the next corner, just like that. Now, in each of these sections, we are going to be putting shapes or lines, some kind of design, but we want to keep it pretty simple. We don't want to do anything too detailed or too small because whenever we print, we want to be able to see all of those beautiful details. And if your shapes and designs are really, really small, it's going to be hard for us to see. So whenever you start your design, make sure you don't draw any shape or any line too close to one another. You want to kind of space it out a little bit. So I just started down here in this little corner and I just did some diagonal lines. Now I'm going to do some ellipse shapes. Those are kind of like football shapes in between these lines, and as you can see, I'm keeping it very simple, making sure my shapes are not too tiny, but also I want to give this some variety. I don't want to do the same shape over and over again. I also don't want to do the same lines over and over again, so we should be mixing it up, but again, not being too detailed to where we lose any of our design whenever we are going to print these. As you can see, I'm always starting at the bottom of my curve and I'm filling up that space, going all the way to the top. Alright, so after you've put your designs in each of your curved sections, we need to open it up and lay it flat, and we're going to go over those pencil lines with our Sharpie. finish going over your pencil lines in Sharpie, we are just going to fold it again on the same fold that we did before. And since we went over it with Sharpie, I can actually see my design through the paper. So taking my pencil again, we're not going to do this in Sharpie, we're going to trace it in pencil one more time. So just following those lines that I see showing through, I'm going to trace with my pencil. I just got done going over my lines for a third time because the first time we drew it, then we went over those lines with Sharpie, then we flipped it over, and we went over those lines once more in pencil again. And whenever you open it up, you will see your final design revealed. So this is going to be a part of our radial design whenever we start printing. But this is all we're going to do today. We just need to get this design drawn so that we can start actually doing our printmaking, which I'm super excited about. I hope you guys have a lot of fun creating these really cool designs. I can't wait to see how they turn out. I know they're going to be amazing because you guys are amazing. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.